Greetings! Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Doncho. I'm a Diamond EU Terran playing for Team Non-Esports. And it's a clan, not a team. Or is it a team? I don't know. I really don't know. I just love StarCraft. So, while playing yesterday, I came with this idea that my day's experience of games, I'm gonna pick some games that showcase interesting stuff that I learned or interesting thoughts that appeared during playing those games, or as a whole, noteworthy stuff. And I'm gonna share them with everyone who's interested in a video. And I'm gonna do that twice a week, let's say. So I'm gonna call that, let's say, the thoughts of a scrub diamond, something like that. And I'm just gonna go through every game in a row, just the noteworthy parts, and share my thoughts on them. And that's pretty much everything I have to say for now. Okay, first one, here we go. Protoss versus Terran, or the other way around, guys, on Derelict Watcher. This map is known for its open ground, so this is the strength I'm gonna use to win this game. Here we go. So, 35 supply advantage, 30 Marines, 30 Marauders, 10 Medvacs, pushing down the middle of the map, about 9 barracks of production. 3-2 for the Protoss, 2-3 for the Protoss, 2-2 for the Terran. With good splits, I hope to outmicro the Storms. I know that Storms are a pretty devastating weapon, but with good positioning in micro, you're able to outsmart the Storms, let's say. And here we go. From 35 supply, I jumped to a 70 supply advantage. I cleared the Protoss army, even though I lose a lot of units. My macro is solid behind that, so I'm able to replenish. That's one of the good strengths of Terran. They replenish their armies really fast if their macro is solid. And I'm able to just have this huge stream of units down the middle of the map, hit before Colossus, because once Colossus are with range and tempo around the field, you need at least one of the high-tech answers to this composition, which is really Vikings or Ghost. And here we have a GG. On to the next one, guys. I hope that you saw how powerful the mid-game Terran can be, not only with frontal pushes, but you could try 2-3 medvac drops different locations. When you have 35 supply advantage, you have to use this before the Protoss is allowed to max and, unfortunately, rape you. Today's second replay is going to be a pretty shameful loss versus 4-Gate. So let's jump in the game and I'll say my thoughts about it. So here we have Stalkers at my front, Mothership Core behind them, Proxy Pylon, everything set up, 4 gates, 0-0 versus 0-0 of course, and I have the setup of 3 barracks and a factory. Now, I don't have a lot of minerals here, and my bunker is set up with a mine. I do not have the SCV pool yet, so the Stalkers are probably going to be able to decimate this bunker. I fall back to my secondary bunker, but what then happens is that my supply depots are killed and the Protoss army waltzes into my base and starts killing stuff without the support of bunkers behind it. From here on out, I slowly die until he gets his Robo up and gets Immortals and finishes me off. Thoughts on this? Quick thoughts. Reaper expands are very, very strong versus this. For the simple reason that you see this. I saw this coming. I was ready. What I didn't do right was my SCV pool was late. Because once that time warp goes down, everything slows down. And sorry. And I had to buy my bunkers. I think that the proper response here is you get, besides your reactor barracks, you get a second barracks for 3 Marines at a time, and if you have taken the factory route, you just start spamming mines. They're not gonna have an observer if they're 4-gating. If you have a proper pool, even with the supply depots which are very vulnerable, you'll be able to repair the first bunker, which means it cannot waltz in, Or you could just build 2 bunkers at your front, and that's gonna exclude the supply depots, so you're not gonna be losing supply depots here. Anyway, I just think that the proper response for me, if I'm going factory versus pros, is going to be just add 1 more barracks, so I have more resources to build SCVs, repair and stuff. I don't need a 3rd barracks. And just hold it. 4 gates are pretty scary when you don't see them, but when you scout them with Reaper, they are a pretty easy thing to deal with. On to the next one. Since we already had a nifty strategy on Derelict Watcher, I'm going to base this Terran vs Zerg again on the same beautiful map that I call Derelict Watcher. No, I didn't really call it Derelict Watcher, but some intelligent guy who I really respect for building it did call it like that. So here we jump in a game, Terran vs Zerg. What I do want to do on this map is emphasize Hellions. Don't stop at 4, just go 6, 8, 10, and then you stop and start macroing up normal armies. But here we go, we're gonna see a very traditional Zergling versus Hellion dance. Now the Hellions are active on the map mainly because you wanna stop the creep spread. You wanna try and limit the creep spread as much as possible. And here you see that we have exactly this happening. The creep tumors are being killed, and we're gonna have a lot of Zerglings here. Now this is the main things that I want to show you. Boom. And cutscene. Okay, what do we see here? I'm in the supply lead. I have exactly the same amount of workers, but because of meals I have 500 more mineral income. I forced a roach run, and there is no saturation at all. And on his 3rd base. Why? Derelict Watcher is an open map. Now this plays as a strength in late game Zerg versus Terran. But in the middle of the game, when you move with a lot of Hellions, you're able to dance a lot and use those holes in the map that go into space to go around them and just dodge a lot of links. So I feel, as a conclusion for today, that emphasis on Hellions on Derelict has its potential. And having in mind that, I later won the game because of the obvious advantage that the ling roasting gave me. Of course, for those of you who don't know why the Zerg creates lings, well, if you create roaches, you're not really going towards your normal tech route. So you want to get this around, but a lot of lings means a lot of lava, means not a lot of drones, which means a weak economy. And since I not only forced a lot of lings, but killed them, this put me in a magnificent position. On to the next one. Okay, so the last game of the day is going to be more of fun than educational. It's going to be on Polar Night, and the game is going to begin with me Reaper expanding and my opponent Marine expanding. So basically we both get a gas, it's just that he gets a Marine, I get a Reaper first. And this game is it shows how you can win Terran versus Terran as any other matchup with your brain, not with your mechanics and stuff like that. Just think, guys, I mean, when both of you have the same tools at disposal, just why not outsmart your opponent then out-macro him, right? Well, in this game it's obvious that we both are similar level of skill, because you can see our supplies are rising the same way. Ooh, 3-kill Reaper, that's cool. Boom. Our supplies are rising the same way, and oh no, Reaper, no. Also, we're going the similar tech routes, but I decided to go barracks, factory, starport, and he decides to go barracks, factory, 2 barracks. I try to micro a little bit, trade 2 for 2 marines, nothing special. So, I like to be aggressive, and I'm going to use my first units from these 3 production facilities to try and do some aggression here. Now it's going to turn out this aggression is going to win me the game, but it's not because I have more units, it's because I use them better. And it's just going to show you how this sometimes plays a big role in StarCraft. So I approach him from the right side and I see, okay, boom, I lose Marines to the tank. I actually lose more Marines than he did to the tank, but both of us are macroing behind that. Now I use the Viking to gain vision of the command center and start shooting at the command center. During the same time, my medvac is going to appear. He's going to lift another tank and he's going to drop him there. Now here, my first tank is shooting at the Marines while the second one is baiting them, and suddenly, boom, we have a victory. Let's see what I show you. So he has, I think, the better production. Yeah, I'm just finishing my barracks, so he's producing more Marines. He has lost about 3 times more resources, and both of us are mining the same. We're mining probably same amount of resource. 14 kills on the tank. The only thing that won me the game is positioning and the way I approached this attack. I had less units, and he was defending, so he was reinforcing faster. But by just thinking a bit about my approach to the attack, my approach to the aggression, my positioning, I was able to win a game which could have gone for 20-30 minutes of macro versus macro Terran. I just won it in 9 minutes with just thinking how to approach this aggression attempt. I wasn't even trying to kill him, I was just using my first units offensively instead of defensively. Yeah, so this was the last game of today's daily experience of a Scrub Diamond player, and I hope you enjoyed the games, guys. First game was showcase how you can use the strength of the mid-game Terran to kill Protoss. Second game showcase how I lose very badly versus 4-gate, and my thoughts how you can defend a 4-gate even if you do a factory after your first barracks. Just use mines and Marines and bunkers. Use Reaper Expand to scout. I love Reaper Expand just because one Reaper is excellent at scouting. Versus Zerg you get 2 Reapers because they're more annoying that way. Then we saw a versus Zerg game in which I emphasized Hellions to kill my opponent. Or not kill my opponent, but force him to make a lot of Zerglings, which in turn made him miss injects, not build drones, force the Roach Warren. As a whole, it put me very far ahead just by using the map architecture and getting the correct composition. And the final game we saw, I just used my brain. Thanks for watching, and sorry about the bad quality of my microphone and my casting and everything, but I'm still learning. So see you guys next time when I have a couple of good advice that I've learned from myself. I'll share everything with you, and thanks for watching.